Hello, and welcome to another chapter of a tome pulled right off the shelves at the heart of the jackals. This is Rigar, Part 20, Grit. Let's get to work. Korvinus slammed the sharpened stick into the packed soil. He dragged his worthless body most of the length of his arm, rolling onto his back, heaving with exhaustion as he stared up at the uncaring night sky above.
It couldn't have been Etha. She's mute. I spent all that time with her, and she never made any sound that came out of her mouth. And she was pretty careful to almost never make a sound at all. Probably a force of habit from a life of trying to be invisible.
He rolled up onto his side, thrusting his arm in an arc and letting it fall with a gouging impact. Korvinus had to tie the stake to his hand. He didn't have full strength in those muscles just yet. The rest of his arm, though suffering, worked mostly fine. He turned to gaze back the way he'd come. 2 kilometers of dragging all your own dead weight. For days. He'd been through 5 stakes already, all of them too blunt by the repetition of rolling hills to pierce the soil anymore. Back behind all of it was a steep cliff and the rubble at the bottom of the hill. By all the simmering darkness in the heart of a low one, how had he survived a fall like that?
She's not there. Just stop looking for her. You've wasted enough time. Focus, Korvinus. Focus. Get to wherever it is you're going. No time for chatter. No time for wandering hearts and minds. Focus.
He twisted his tired eyes forward. A massive ring of blackened stone, large as a mountain, ripping out of the ground and then cascading back down into it. Its curling surface, etched with imitation suction cups, as large as a 10-story building. Hundreds of them. Feels like a good place to move toward. He hauled his crippled form ever closer to his destination.
Jaguru is the abyss, the blazing illumination emerging from those endless depths. The ocean is where he resides. The tide is his very blood, spanning all the darkest reaches with his body. Had to be a determined man to make such a dominating carving so far from the endless fathoms. And that's where I head.
Korvinus pulled himself a little further, skidding all of a sudden down a steep slope of cold flat stone, tumbling helplessly till he came to a stop, battered and bruised, but still not completely broken.
Must have saved myself a couple of hours with all of that hurt. At least some good came out of it.
The tree line broke as he raised his arm and let it fall. He caught sight of another black, carved section of stone, a freestanding boulder, shaped like a smaller tentacle, curling above rolling dirt waves. And then he heard it.
A place of worship, where the faithful rise to the challenge.
Korvinus pulled himself along over hundreds of rounded, smooth stones, each winding and twisting humps up out of the soil and back into it, all reminiscent of that purest monolith of darkness. The further he went, the more the land and plants and life in it warped to become an expression of Jaguru's outward appearance, and the more pain within every last one of Korvinus's nerve endings erupted into thoughtless agony. and all the harder did he pull himself toward the only goal within his sights, to rest under the ring and its protection. The image, the form of Jaguru. He dragged himself ever closer. And so it is. Our time together has once more come to a close. I have been Lothran, and this was Rigar Part 20. Grit. Another tale from the heart of the jackals. Go ahead, Korvoth.
Yes, sir. That's the end of the story today, folks. Please leave all your comments, questions, and kindnesses down below. Don't be a jerk, though. And don't forget to stay safe out there. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to show your support. And when you subscribe on the YouTubes, there's this bell thing, you gotta click that so you get notification for when we release our videos every day. Because you don't want to miss none. There's like clues and stuff in each of them. And you'll miss the puzzle if you don't understand all the clues and stuff. Good night and good luck. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye!